What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the show. All right, picture this. You wake up tomorrow and every headline is screaming about a brand new XRP ETF, a spot ETF. BlackRock, they're jumping in. Wall Street is buzzing. And suddenly, the rules of the crypto markets, well, they're all thrown out the window. Sounds wild, right? But here's the thing, this isn't just a rumor. What's unfolding right now is way bigger than most people realize. And even if you are half paying attention, you know something massive is brewing behind the scenes. And here's the best part, if you're holding XRP right now, you're not just early, you're part of an elite club. Seriously, less than 1% of people are positioned where you are. That's right, look at yourself in the mirror. You're part of that elite club. Most folks won't realize what's happening until it's too late. But you, yes, you're already in the driver's seat for what could be the biggest move of this entire cycle. Trust me, by the end of this video, you're going to see exactly why the XRP story is about to flip the script on everyone. And what happens next will leave a lot of people wishing they hadn't blinked. So if you want to stay ahead of the curve, do me a quick favor. Hit that thumbs up button, folks. This is the Bullwinkle Blueprint. And make sure you are subscribed to the channel because 72.3% of you listening to my daily videos, you're not subscribed. It's free. It takes 2 seconds. And you know what? It is the best way to support the channel for free because you're not going to want to miss what is coming out next. Also, quick side note before we jump into it, the channel memberships are now live. If you were looking to go ad free, every single video will be uploaded twice. One, which contains ads, and then one will be a member-only video. You can click that little join button down below each and every single video when you go ad-free for the entire month. Plus, you'll be getting some cool emojis and emotes for when we start busting out the live streams. Bitcoin coming in at $116,770. It's currently down about 4%, and people are kicking and screaming, it's over. The cycle's done. Folks, relax. It's accumulating. We put out this info yesterday in the Patreon group. We are just accumulating here. We are going to rocket up to 130K. Have no fear. Ethereum coming in at 2,973. And XRP, it's looking good. It's looking strong. Coming in at $2.91. Definitely going to make another run at that $3 region. We talked about the $3 XRP for quite some time. Let's pull up the chart real quick. Here you go. You can see the final box, we call it the final boss, is sitting at $3. We made a couple of goes at it yesterday. I believe we tried to break it around like 13 times. We kept getting rejected. Where are we? We are right back into that final resistant range, which sits between $2.90 and $3. So what are we going to do? We're going to pull back, we're going to grab more liquidity, and then we're going to shoot right on up past it. $3, then it's all-time high, then it is price discovery. And I saw Credible Crypto put out a tweet yesterday, a response to a tweet when someone asked him, what do you think is going to happen to XRP here? Then they asked him the question, well, do you think, and they put this question out to Craig, do you think we're just going to go to $4 to $5 and pull all the way back? He says no. He thinks we are going to accumulate in this zone, and then when it is time for us to move out, he thinks we're going right up to that double-digit territory. That is what I am paying attention to. Now I want to get over to this piece of information because hold up. Did you see what's happening on the CME right now? XRP future and micro XRP contracts have absolutely exploded in volume. Over 235 million in daily trades and more than 1.6 billion since the launch. Let that sink in real quick. This isn't just noise. This is the institutional green light. Yes, I know the futures, they're not spot. They don't have to hold the XRP, but we told you the stepping stone to get spot ETFs are for the futures to have demand. The more demand that institutions see in the futures markets, the more likely that they are going to be putting out a spot ETF. This is what we call demand. Why is this so bullish? Well, think about it. Think about the Chicago Mercantile Exchange as the Wall Street Olympics for crypto. If you're an athlete, this is where you go for gold. And XRP, it just broke a new record. These are regulated futures backed by serious players, hedge funds, asset managers, family offices, and even banks. This isn't retail FOMO or meme coin mania. This is grown up money betting on the future of XRP. Let's put it into perspective. Bitcoin and Ethereum, they had their runs on the CME. And both times, we saw huge inflows and price explosions shortly after. XRP, well, it's now officially in the big leagues, with Wall Street placing billion-dollar bets on its next move. Now picture XRP as a high-speed train that's been waiting at the station, engine revving but blocked by old, rusty tracks. CME launching these futures is like building a brand new expressway, and now the institutional passengers, they're starting to pile in. Every trade, every contract, every surge in volume is another car being added to the rocket train. Remember, CME is where Wall Street goes to get exposure without actually touching the asset. These future contract means that money managers who couldn't buy XRP before can now speculate, hedge, and even push for physical settlement down the road. The pipes are in place and the water is about to flow. That's right. And then we jump over and we see this from Bank XRP. And we're going to touch on this just super brief. We'll get into this in the next video. The New York, the NYSE Alker certifies its approval for listing and registering the ProShares Ultra XRP ETF under the Exchange Act of 1934. There you go, the ProShares ETF. I believe the date for this to go live was the 18th. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. This is going to go live. No, it is not a spot. This is another futures, but that is okay. We just talked about futures and why the futures are so big and why we need them. Now, we get over to the meat and potatoes. Let's talk rich list real quick. Let's talk about how you were in a group of the elites that are out there. Look at the number of accounts. 266,000 people are holding 11,000 XRP. That is 4% of XRP holders. But look at this on a global scale, okay? Don't just look at this as an XRP holder, because that is not what we are looking at. When we need to look at the entire world's population and who knows about XRP and holds XRP. So let's recap. Because if you are holding XRP right now, you're not just early. You're practically a unicorn in the crypto world. Only 0.0033% of the world's population is in this club. Think about that. 0.0033. And even fewer if you count all the whales splitting up accounts. Most people won't even realize what just happened until XRP is making headlines everywhere. But here's the truth. The tides are turning, and this market isn't waiting for anyone. As the rest of the world is chasing Bitcoin and Ethereum, the real opportunity is right here, right now, and you are holding the ticket before the gates even opened. Just picture what's coming when mainstream adoption hits, when Wall Street and global banks start moving, and when the narrative flips. XRP holders will be the ones that everyone is talking about. They're going to want to know, how did I miss this opportunity? It was trading at 30, 40, 50 cents for years. Why did I just sit on the sideline? This isn't just about a price target. It's about legacy. The window for being early, it is closing. And you're already secured your spot on the rocket before it takes off. So if you believe in the future of XRP, if you are proud to be a part of this rare elite group, hit that thumbs up and drop your XRP price predictions in today's YouTube video. Where do you think we are going to be at the end of Q3 and at the end of Q4? When do you think that this bull market is coming to an end? And make sure you subscribe to the channel, because we're just getting started. And this channel is going to be your front row seat for the next wave. And stay tuned because the second video up today, we have confirmation that a BlackRock ETF is coming out on XRP, and we are going to break that all down and so much more. As always, thanks for watching. Remember, history has always favored the bold, and XRP's boldest days are still ahead. Stay legendary, and I'll see y'all in the next one.